From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 out of that, up to the 39-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they are back to 500 on the year. Got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Here's Lawrence. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Unfortunate there.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. I'll tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Okay, ready?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And this is incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And a loose football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Cameron Curl up to make the tackle. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Cook now off the read option. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Cousins. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And it'll be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 62 yards. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
They go play action now. Lawrence. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And on 4th down, on is the punt team, sending this one away. Returning it is Moore. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here, as this is returned just shy of midfield. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down in distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Lawrence's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Washington going to send out their punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the... yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to... And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence over the middle. That's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They go play action with Lawrence. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the stick. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back.
Well, the element of surprise was there. All right, there's no doubt about it. For us, maybe. But not for the guys on defense. An incomplete pass on the fake field goal attempt.
I guess, though, if you're trying to pick up the first in that spot, let your QB throw the ball, right?
That might be a better way to
your
go?
kicker, yeah. Cameron Curl with the tackle that time.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They'll get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Got a man. It's McBride complete. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On first down, they go option to the right. And they'll be stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14. First down, here's Cousins. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Cousins now. Fighting more on the out route for the completion. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now, 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. This is taken in by McBride. Touchdown. Trey McBride, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington.
That is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
But that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. Julian Okwara providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. McCaffrey on the counter. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Lawrence will throw. He'll get that one to Carter, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Now Lawrence to throw. And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice. Obviously, you're training.